people at the harbor, shipboys and passengers and sailors and people who sell tickets, whatever they're called. It must be. Hello? Oh, the heavens! How am I meant to take my ship if there's no one to sell me a ticket? And who's going to tell me what ship to take? Why I'm taking it? There must be. Is anyone else here? I feel as though I should be frightened. Hello? Should I be frightened? I see, I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming I'll wake up soon. That makes sense. Laertes will wake me, I think, to bid me farewell. Maybe that's why I'm dreaming of ships and things. He was going to France when I went to sleep.
You are quite behind there, my dear.
Oh, hello.
Hello, lady.
My name is...
I know.
Of course you do. You're in my dream. I thought I was alone. I did check that I was alone.
Yet you kept talking to someone.
I suppose so. It's easier to say things out loud sometimes, isn't it?
Oh, I think so, but they do tell me I'm quite mad.
I'm not mad.
How would you know?
I just do. I think I would know if I was mad.
If mad people knew they were mad, don't you think they'd stop? I can assure you, insanity is an utterly miserable business.
I don't think I should be talking to you.
Oh, that's it! For mercy! I'm wounded!
Would you want to talk to a madman?
I'm talking to a madwoman right now.
Excuse me?
Besides, who else would you talk to anyway?
Who do any of us talk to when we're alone?
Don't riddle me. I'm supposed to riddle you.
You are?
Sure, here's one. How do you get a ticket when there's no one around to sell it to you?
I don't know. How?
I'm not just going to tell you. Where the hell would that be? Don't worry. I'm sure it'll be obvious once you figure out the answer.
Is everything you say a riddle?
No! Sometimes. Like our jokes. Beg to differ. A riddle has a question at the heart of it. You remember what those are.
Obviously.
You have some.
Plenty.
You can ask them. You know.
You'll answer them?
Depends on what they are.
Well, for starters, who are you? No, wait! Where am I? Wait! No. Where are we? The schedule doesn't make any sense. It ought to at least say where the ships are sailing to, and then I can figure out where they're sailing from by process of elimination.
It's not supposed to make any sense. There's no way to figure out where you are.
Dreaming. You mean, I keep forgetting this is a dream. I have to keep that in mind. It'll make it easier when you say your silly things. What are you doing in my dreams, sir?
You aren't dreaming, Doctor. You're dead!
I'm not dead. That's just silly. Flesh and blood. Pinch me and see, but don't.
You're worthy of flesh and blood.
And I'm breathing.
What's the matter?
Oh, for the life.
No!
If I'm dead, what's this then? It certainly isn't heaven. I don't think you're the devil, so it mustn't be hell.
It's your,
Purgatory?
it's your grave, Doctor.
My grave. That's what here is like between life and death.
You can say what you like about betweenness, but the fact is, they don't put anyone in a grave unless they're already dead.
So what is this place?
The harbor you're safe in. You'll be here until your ship comes.
My ship? Where will it take me? To heaven or hell?
Hell if I know. Oh, you did. That was funny. Come on, give us a laugh. I did used to be funny. Say time makes fools of us all. This sort of led to a drop into that. Everyone's a fool eventually. No one needs the likes of me anymore.
You're a fool.
What a rude thing to say.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
A joke again. I'm zero for two. If you're flesh and blood, like you say, you should at least still have a sense of humor.
I do. Or at least I think I do.
You think? You really ought to get better acquainted with yourself if you're going to convince people you're not mad.
I shouldn't have to convince people. I never did when I was alive. I don't think I like death.
Like it or not, sweet, you're dead. Dead and mad.
I'm not mad.
Methinks the lady will protest too much.
That's not yours.
Oh, whatever you need.
I'm not sure what I meant. I'm sorry.
You keep apologizing. There's no need for it, you know. This whole place is yours. At least until you take the boat.
Why the boat? Why not just wake up wherever it takes me?
Well, you're not all you yet.
What on earth do you mean by that?
Well, nothing on earth. I mean, you're missing pieces of yourself. You don't remember enough. And if any of you is going to heaven or hell, all of you must. Would you agree?
I suppose I don't feel entirely myself.
That tends to happen with those who die in ways they rather forget.
How did I die? And who are you? You still haven't answered my question.
They call me Yorick, my lady.
I know that name.
Do you?
Nevertheless, I know it. Why do I know you?
I was the court jester, Duncan, when you were just a wee thing. Prince Hamlet saw far more of me than you ever did, though there was the occasional bash with it to his head. To give the young prince some to practice his charms on him.
Oh, I do remember.
You and your little dress always were a sweet thing, and I see your affinity for blue remained.
I suppose so, yes.
Not a bad thing to be buried in.
So when does my ship come? After I've got a ticket?
That is usually how it works.
And will you be the one to get it?
No, that's not what I'm here for. I'm not from heaven. There were several young ladies when I was alive, though I might have been.
Ha ha.
Almost a laugh, I'll take it.
What are you here for then?
I'm here to manage you, darling. To make sure you get where you need to be on time.
Where would I need to get to if the ship isn't here yet?
See, that's why you need a manager. And lucky for you, you've got one as skilled at putting on shows as the court jester.
What show am I on?
Oh, nothing. Don't you ever feel as though you're being watched?
Yes. Why is that?
Oh, I wouldn't say. I'm just here to make sure your show is a good one. There are a number of us here to help, you know. Though the rest won't be as familiar to you or as charming. That, darling, is your life. The parts you don't remember, and you've got to remember before your ship will come.
I remember my life, I just don't remember my death.
Oh, you say the last thing you remember was Laertes leaving for France. And I'm sorry, but that leaves quite a bit of life to get remembering.
I see. How do I remember?
Self-reflection is usually the way to go about it.
Self-reflection? How do I do that?
Find a reflection and look at yourself. And once you've gotten to the end, you can pack up all your luggage and sail away.
My luggage? I'm certain I had a basket of violets, but this one's empty. Wouldn't happen to have any.
No violets, I'm afraid, but someone left some daisies on my grave. You can have one for your basket if you like.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Now, whenever you self-reflect, you ought to try to get here.
There'd be a reflection being water, wouldn't there?
Check.
I don't think I'm ready.
Well, I'd like to tell you that you are, but the longer you stay here and simmer in self-doubt, the more likely you are to meet someone you'd rather not. Someone unpleasant to devil. No, you won't meet him till after you go to hell.
I'm frightened. I still feel as though I should be frightened.
That will come and go.
How does it start?
Careful find now.
You already said that one. Yorick. My lord.
Stop my
I know your worship arrived before the time appointed.
If thou were a true courtier, thou would have been able to divine it. The others about this place tell me they are certain of my desires off before I know them myself.
All good subjects learn to discern the desires of their king that they might avoid his ire, and the fate that comes with it.
Thou needst not bow to me, I am not the king.
Not as yet, thou wilt be soon.
Not for a time yet. My father still lives, and as he yet lived, I am but prince. But as you yet stand before me, I am not prince, but thy humble servant, and so shall be.
What rank am I that a prince stands before me?
A goddess divine.
Goddess and nymph. What wonders of nature am I creators to be called such things?
Thou art the wonder of nature. Any man might mistake thee for a flower or nymph. Hollyhock lips and iris eyes, petal soft skin, delicate as daisies and virtuous and innocent as the whitest of violets.
Now which I am on nymph then, but what might I be goddess of?
If my heart I did trust, goddess of love.
And your goddess gives you rise, that she might better reach thy lips.
Angels, ministers, priests. This little insignificance, some madman I met along the way wrote it, and I am sure he quite regrets it now. Nay, I declare it is unfit for thy heavenly eyes. Precision.
My eyes that now are unfit for my lips. I will have it. Forsooth, and the madman was you! Who could have predicted such? To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified lady of mine, in her excellent white bosom, these words will reside. The air that she left hold of is quarter a high degree as I hold her.
The contents ramble. There's no need to continue. You've understood
How
my meaning.
I do shake when I for you do pine, your beauty's rose of blushes in your cheek, and April's love springs radiant from thine eye. Mockish sigh and I am you to speak. My suit is rough hewed, yet forgiveth me, for though no verse I e'er penned can be found, thou art too rich in much divinity, for mortal man's eye to put me down. In earthly prose, therefore, though witless I endeavor, harpsichord I am to try. Doubt thou the stars of fire, doubt that the sunlit moon, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I the
If I am ill at these numbers, adieu.
Please stay, I'll read the rest therein.
It is but slant lines and stark ravings. Even now, I wonder what sort of illiterate beast penned it.
So completes the aim of service end. For God's good to give it their attempt. I have not art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best, or most best, believe it. And I never more, most dear lady, was this machinist to him, your Lord Hamlet.
'Tis bad poetry.
I like it.
Alive, you like me. The poetry, therefore, must be tolerated.
I say not that I love it as much as I like you. Indeed, I love you. I like it, and so I am truthful.
Say it again.
That I am truthful.
That you love me.
I'd rather hear myself requite
This
it.
was said in the letters, which was already said.
Wrote is not said, and so said it was not. I have been said, or I bid thee farewell.
Stay. I love thee. I love thee. And again, I love thee.
You said it twice more than I bid thee.
I love thee twice more than can be said.
Here before me is the untruthful one. Thou art a poet. Woo!
I would marry you this night and die a happy man.
Go take one.
Wherefore?
Don't talk of death.
If it displeases you, I will not speak of it again.
It's just
by midnight. The bishop wouldn't hear of it.
I am a goddess and follows that those who meet with me are righteous. If you are devout, you will meet with me.
I am nothing if not devout.
So I will meet with me.
And if I move,
Your constant choice shall be full tonight.
so I might look hungry.
Oh, here comes my brother.
I will wait. Tonight there's something I must tell you.
Tell me tonight. Give me that.
Farewell, my goddess, my violet.
Dear sister, now Laertes, you're in the most marvelous of women. That isn't what killed. It almost is. It's only few steps removed.
Nevertheless, she shouldn't be forced to relive it. It's a waste of her time.
It was a kindness, Phoebe.
I don't know what sort of a kindness you think it is to relive a moment like that. It's cruel and
Thanks,
oh, but you know all about kindness, don't you? Anyway, now I want to talk to her while she's like that.
Here again? Just you then. Rude! I don't mean to be. It's just that Yorick was here before, so I thought he'd be here when I came back. I was meant to meet Lord Hamlet, you understand. You had something important to tell me?
Men exaggerate. I doubt whatever it was is more important than coming to terms with your own death.
You don't understand. Yorick would understand. Is he gone? He'll be back. But yes, it's us. You're my new managers,
If that's what you would like to call it.
will there be anything to help me? Not that your company isn't enjoyable, it's just that Hamlet is waiting.
Oh, love makes people unbearable.
I beg your pardon.
Ignore her. Don't ignore me. You can't ignore me just because you don't like what I'm saying.
I can, and I will, and she will, because you are intensely unhelpful.
Then why am I here?
God only knows you exist.
Oh, the pinnacle of kindness, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
As you like.
You get it.
I do know you.
Phoebe! Nice to meet you.
We know.
Oh. If you could just tell me how to get back to where I was.
Can't go back.
But he'll be waiting for me.
You don't need to worry about that.
It's all over.
Remember, you did go see him, and he told you his news, and so on and so forth.
I don't see what all the fuss is about.
I take it you've never been in love.
Of course she does.
My love was never terribly kind to me.
Don't be silly. Sylvius is the most docile man I've ever met.
Yes. Sylvie. Tell me, if someone is in love, does that mean you must love them back?
I shouldn't think so.
Neither should I.
I never said
You did. And don't think I hold the same standard to you, Ganymede, because I don't. I know better.
Ganymede?
The name she told me was hers. It isn't, by the way. It's Rosalind, but I suspect she prefers one over the other.
We're not here to discuss me.
What are you here to discuss?
Next interlude.
Interlude? Memory? Scene? Show. It's such a funny way of thinking about it.
Is it?
You ever get the feeling you're being watched? Yorick said,
Oh, don't repeat whatever it was. That clown can't tell his hat from his shoes. How should I know true?
what is she singing?
An old shepherd song or something likely. Sylvius always did loving shepherding songs.
Where is Sylvius?
God knows. He's too selfish for heaven, too boring for hell. Where did the people that don't matter?
That is a horrible thing to say about your husband.
To his face, maybe. I never say it to his face. But he is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his hand grasp walk the streets and harass those most upstanding citizens with the brains instead. You used to be a romance. I used to be stupid. I used to be a child. I used to be in love. The past can't be held against me. People change.
Hearts get broken.
Very. And Sylvius, my husband, was a persistent little It's Phoebe, don't chastise me. You were lucky, Rosalind. The man who pursued and romanced you was one whose love you requited. You fell into madness too, and smiled when he plagued us all with his bad poetry. Everyone heard it. And oh, there's no better sign of badness than enjoying bad poetry.
I'm sure it wasn't so bad.
It was. Yours wasn't much better.
I learned from the worst.
Why did you marry him if you hated him so?
Someone informed me he was the only one I could ever expect to love.
That's awful.
He was right. No one else ever loved me.
Hamlet would never say anything like that to me. He wouldn't say cruel to me.
Does this feel familiar?
No! Maybe. You're hurting me.
An old wound, your Hamlet, his token all embraced, no hat upon his head, painless his shirt, his knees knocking each other, and with a look so piteous and purport as if he had been loose on a hell to speak of horrors, he came to you! Remember!
He didn't mean to hurt me when he did it.
Meant you were not, he did, didn't he?
No. He wasn't acting like himself. His mother, his uncle, and his father.
I will never be cruel to you.
Must you speak to me this way? Is this the lesson you're meant to be teaching me?
We're going to be teaching you a lesson. I thought we're managing you.
I'll manage your expectations. It's a lesson you want. Learn it quick. Love hurts. You can't trust anyone but yourself. People will continue to let you down. Set your expectations as low as you want, and they will find a way under them, like that stupid party game with the bar. Live out. So appropriate.
People are better than that.
You're naive.
Maybe she doesn't deserve that.
Of course she doesn't. But that's what she gets. That's what's coming in your next scene. He makes you cry. Phoebe, stop it. He tells you in no uncertain terms that you are unlovable and pushes you towards a life you never asked for or wanted, and insists that it's your only option. You can tell yourself as much as you like that because of love or in the throes of madness, or even that it is all a lie and for show, but the fact remains he does it. And still, you defend and trail around him as though the more understanding you are to him, the bitter it will turn out for you. But it's not true. He will just keep hurting you.
He wouldn't.
Stop saying that! Stop making such sweeping statements when you don't remember a thing! He has. He did. He would have done so again if you had ended up where you are now.
I don't believe you. I think you're just alone and bitter, and you want everyone else to feel that way too.
You're wrong. I would have you. I think you would too.
I love him. He loves me.
That doesn't mean he doesn't hurt you.
It means something. It means he can be forgiven.
I feel for you to my very core. I say it as someone who's been gutted the way I fear you'll be. Keep up on him now. So when you relive what's coming, you won't be so full of hope.
No. I can't. I don't want to be lonely. Who does?
Oh, is he really the only one who can keep you from being lonely? There are others you can turn to if it's a loneliness you're scared of.
I know. Without him, I feel like I don't have a story, a purpose.
What do you mean?
I feel like I can't exist without to love him.
Aren't you tired of that?
Existing?
Needing him! You have to know you can exist without someone else telling you you do.
No, I know. I just.
We know, Jean. But Phoebe's right. Your love is meant to be the only thing keeping you afloat. Just someone else should sometimes they're the one terrible person. Only you could have lived had you learned it before now and gone your own way.
Then I don't want to go on. I don't want to remember if it means I have to stop loving him.
Oh, darling, you can stay here, not for long.
I don't I'll stay here and watch the birds and listen to the waves and I'll talk to you. And I'll imagine what heaven will be like when I get there. I don't mind.
Doesn't matter if you mind the shipyard, sweet. No one can stay here for long.
Why not?
The longer you stay, the more likely you are to meet the queen.
I met the queen. She's lovely and she isn't dead.
Are you naturally foolish, or do you just pretend it because it makes life easier?
Phoebe, she can't help what she's done.
Help it or not, she's always been ignorant. You think she learned to take her cues, listen to others?
All I do is listen to others.
Listen the better! He doesn't mean you're a good Queen Gertrude, as you should have guessed from his tone.
Then what queen?
A vicious one. Free reign, full of nightmares and empty remorse.
Oh. I don't want to be good.
I will. There's no knowing that.
But it will be sooner than you like if you remain too long. And sooner still if you remain in such a state.
So I am left with no desirable options. If I stay, I am accosted by a terrible queen. If I go, I'm accosted by a terrible prince.
I thought your prince would never hurt you.
That isn't what I meant.
Say what you mean, lady. If you were just smart, you can't keep talking in circles.
Why must I bear it alone?
I'll be the wings, making sure you hit your marks.
You stay with me.
In a sense.
You still haven't found any violence, have you?
No.
Do either of you have any? I have some. Thank you.
Whatever he does, you don't have to forgive him.
Whatever he does, I still want to.
To be, or not to be, that is the question.
Hamlet?
Whether 'tis nobler than to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take up arms against the sea of trouble. Am I opposing? And look,
We can't hear you yet.
What do you mean?
to die, to sleep no more. Then by simply say, tender-hearted and 1,000 natural shocks the flesh is it. 'Tis a consummation, devoutly to be wished.
You did not speak the first time, and so you cannot speak now. You are remembering, not reliving.
I'm not living at all. I'm dead.
But you have not laughed at a single one of my jokes so far, so I shan't laugh at any of yours.
To sleep, perchance dream. There is the rough pregnancy of death, which dreams may come.
I meant to do something, aren't I? Do you know what it is?
Returning the letter. Your father asked it of you after all, and you always do as your father says, don't you, darling?
But I don't want to.
But who would bear the whips and schools of time?
Things will all pass the way they did on the first go round. Resist your part while you wait, but you enter on your cue and recite lines as you did the first time.
The pangs of despised love. So, you now, for Lady Orson, all this since remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
Oh, may I thank you? Well. Well. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours I have long longed to remember. I pray you never receive them.
Not I never gave you aught.
My lord, you know right well you did.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
Then if you be honest and fair, your honesty should offer no discourse to your hearing. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you make me believe so.
You should not have believed me. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to another. Why would you be a breeder of sinners? I made myself indifferent, honest. Yet I could accuse me of such things for that of my mother. We are errant knaves. All believe of us get thee to another.
Thou must help him.
If thou dost marry, I'll give thee this plague for a dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, or as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape power. To a nunnery, go through. If thou must marry, marry a fool, for wise men know what monsters you do. To a nunnery, quickly to farewell.
Power restore him.
Go to! I will no more honor. It hath made me lucky. We shall have no more marriages. Those that are married already, all but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To another. Go!
What a noble mind is heroic realm. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, I, tongue, sword, and I of ladies most dejected and wretched.
Talk about yourself that way.
I wasn't finished.
This monologues are boring anyway. Come on, Tucker, stand up. Stand up.
Woe is me. Who's seen what I've seen, see what I see.
Oh, Hamlet, my love, how could you? A nunnery? Such a perfectly pious and devout girl like me could never fit into a place like that. What a thing to say. Oh, isn't it heartbreaking? You're all alone in the world now, aren't you? No prospects, no family, no friends. Woe is she indeed.
I have family. I have friends still.
Oh, I can't imagine that's true. Who want to be friends with you? Oh, little old me Riley. They'll be shipped off to the asylum. Oh, hero. She doesn't recognize me. Well, why would she? I've seen her in her dreams so many times. Well, those were your dreams. No, they weren't. Why did I dream about a simpering bitch like her? Oh, pardon my French. Mademoiselle. Je suis un shrew. Oh, don't say that about yourself. Well, I was saying it about you. Je suis means I am. Oh. Well, pardon my French too. She's right, of course. Everyone knows that I'm the shrew and you're the whore. A legend whore. Thank you. Who are you? Oh, my name's Hero, cousin to the better known Beatrice.
And you're Beatrice.
God no. Katharina. Sometimes Kate. Sometimes Katerina the Cursed. Sister to the better light, Bianca.
I've never met either of them.
I'm sure you'd get along with Bianca swimmingly.
I'm sure. Now, if you don't mind, I'm not really in the mood for socializing right now.
Oh, really? You know by now this isn't socializing. We're here on an errand. Or something. Definitely or something. We're here.
To prepare me for my next scene. To make sure I don't miss my cue. If you don't mind, I'm very upset, and I'm very not in the mood. And I hate to be blunt, but you seem like bad company. Oh, and I very much prefer to be left alone at the moment, if you don't mind.
Oh, we're being proper. I do like a girl who knows what she wants. But I'm afraid that's a wish we aren't in the mood to grant. You really must get over your beloved not be loving you. Hasn't it been long enough?
It only just happened.
It happened ages ago. It's not our fault. You're too much of a forget-me-not to only just remember it happened. What? Sorry. It's another flower. I've been thinking a lot about violets lately. They were your father's favorites, weren't they? Weren't. Tragic. Isn't it just? Oh, is it? I never noticed. I thought it was meant to be funny, the absurd way she made the duck pick herself. All due respect. Which is not, of course. You really have to stop being a bore and get over the whole damn thing. It's not as though you were going to have him anyway. Have him? Why? I mean, country matters, of course. Oh, I'm feeling offended. She'll make us come eat nuns with her.
I'm not a nun!
Oh, how did you know? Your beloved told you to get me to a
Nuns do nothing.
We practice!
Stop it!
We don't dance never nor ever! Hey, what was that song you were teaching me?
Which one?
The terrible one.
They're all terrible. I can't sing.
Oh, well, I never told you that.
Only teasing, but tomorrow is the Valentine's Day. All in the morning is time, and I am made at your window to be your Valentine. Then up he rose and donned his clothes and jumped the chamber door. Wedding and Vega out of me, never departed more. What? That's the song they sing in the red light district. Oh, no, wouldn't you?
Red light district.
Spent a lot of time there. Poor Prince Hamlet's so stingy. I didn't say.
You know, maybe you should get into another reading because you're spending so much time with the ladies of the night.
Might straighten you out.
Or the opposite.
I don't know what you're implying, but tell us, Sister Superior, what is it you do there? Besides learning your skate songs. Buy what yourself. Oh! Adorable! I'll have another. Waitress, serve me another, I said. I didn't mean to say that.
She's out of state.
Like a little bumblebee. She's only got the one, and now she has to die. No, not ready to die. I think that's why we're here.
To make her want to die?
Our bow already drove her to suicide. Hamlet did. And what do you know about it? Amnesiac. More than you strumpet. Ooh, strumpet.
She even swears like a nun.
I remember when I used to sound like that. So sweet. You're already dead, Bumblebee. Leave it. So mean. I know. You should try it. Insults. Tastes like birthday cake. I already called you a star. I know! And wasn't it fun? Think about how wonderful saying something actually insulting will be. I don't know. Only the one sting from a bumblebee. Stop calling me that. You slacker! Oh, a wasp after all! Slacker! That's an old one for you, isn't it, hero? What is wrong with the two of you? Everything.
Oh, at last! It's wonderful, Bumblebee. It's really fantastic. I used to be like you when I was younger, you know. Quiet, pious, manly, proper, devoted to my love, to the point of eternal forgiveness. It's only after you die.
Long after you die.
You really get a sense for how silly it all is.
How silly what all is. Rules, society.
And devotion. As a concept, it's a drag.
I did devotion for a little while. Sucked the life right out of me. My husband, Petruchio, that bastard had me hired into something he could wear to Sunday Mass by the time we were married. It wasn't until I wrinkled myself back into shape that I remembered men don't know what they're talking about, at least when it comes to what's best for women.
I really think
From the bottom of my heart.
that men are just too emotional to be in charge of women.
Hamlet isn't like that.
No! You can't think of a single time he's overreacted?
You know what? You're right. It's silly of us to compare our husbands to her fiance.
You're right, Katie. They're really not at all similar.
After all, mine did things like starve me and lie to me about the time of day for no other reason than to upset me.
It's awful. And mine told everyone at my wedding that I was a whore in disguise as a maiden who had tricked him into marriage.
No! And it's Hamlet.
All hell.
Has never done a thing like that to you, has he?
No, he was much too busy with... What was it, Katie?
Oh, I can't find the words except for, how now? A rat dead for a ducat! Dead!
Slain.
Oh, it wasn't his fault. He thought it was you.
His uncle? You really think that's any better?
That the love of your life's first instinct upon hearing someone call for help was to impale them.
And upon realizing it was your father Hamlet had killed, he dragged his body away, eliminating any chance for you to bury him?
I don't remember any of this. Hamlet,
No, stop it!
You're dead. You can drop any sense of propriety, any sense of duty, any sense of the way things need to be, because there's no such thing. You think anyone cares about your pathetic sense of misguided loyalty?
law.
Was that?
Some high and mighty little nobody. My opinion, Sister Superior.
I have to go on to the next scene, don't I?
Seems that way.
My torch requires that I'm here to watch something.
Come on, Sister Superior. Wouldn't you rather just know? Isn't it better to know rather than to just be left wondering, no matter how hard it is?
Rather I should come and someone take me away, but no one will sell me a ticket.
If it's a ticket you want, I've got just the thing.
This isn't a ship's ticket.
Certainly not. You're to spectate, remember? Ready to be a good little audience member. Of course, all audience members must have proper seating.
Front row seats.
Oh, and that's for the almost princess. Here is the bill for tonight.
Murder of Gonzago.
Oh, and as all the audience members know, you must bring the players' fireworks.
Violets are his
We're
favorite.
fresh out, but I've got pansies aplenty, and they look close enough, don't they? And such a free fingering stuff. Everyone puts them on my grave.
What do you mean?
Hush now. The show's about to begin. Be sure to laugh when they've been funny and cry when they've been tragic.
The murder of Gonzago is a tragedy the whole way through.
Then you'd better get started crying now.
Lady, shall I lie in thy lap?
No, my lord.
I mean my head upon your lap.
My lord.
Do you think that I meant country matters?
I think nothing, my lord.
It's a fair thought. Lie between eggs and legs.
What is my lord?
Nothing.
Oh, I take it all back. I like it very much.
You are married, my lord.
Ooh, odd.
Hi, my
Well,
lord.
what should a man do but be married?
What means this, my lord?
There, this speaks me to the letter. It means mischief.
For us and for our tragedy, here, stooping to your clemency, we beg your hearing patiently.
It's a girl love with a posy ring.
It's great, my lord.
Women's love.
You are as good as a chorus, my lord.
I could interpret between you and your love if I could see the puppet stallion.
You are keen, my lord. You are keen.
It would cost you a groaning to take off my hand.
Still better and worse.
So you must take your husband's.
Better and worse.
So they say.
For richer or for poorer.
She never made vows. Sickness and health.
To have and to hold.
For as long as.
As we both shall live.
Don't say I do.
I know. Give me to another.
You save yourself for God, and so save yourself from me.
Hamlet, I.
Stick to the script.
The croaking raven doth bellow for revenge. He poisoned him in the garden for his sake. What? Pride is my false fire.
Oh, there's no
Give on!
Give me some light. Away! Light!
What's happening?
You get to watch the rest of the play, child.
What happened? Where?
Did you know that some people call pansies peeping toms?
Are you the queen they told me about?
Keep your mouth shut during the performance. Didn't anyone ever teach you any manners? It's rude to chatter so.
You are her. Why have you brought me here?
A little gift. You can thank your prince who bought you the ticket. You ought to get his money's worth, don't you think? Such a shame the players didn't get to finish their murder. This one's just as good. Most foul, etc.
We will come straight. All Scotsmen will even here. I pray you, come with them.
Father? Yorick. She was here, the queen.
Yes, this very closet.
Mother! Mother!
I shouldn't be.
Nothing we can do but wait for it to be done with.
Yorick, I'm frightened.
Fear me not. Withdraw, and here you come.
Yorick,
I'm
what?
sorry, Doctor.
Now, Mother, what's the matter?
No, not this.
Hamlet, that was
be.
Conscience embraced to the profoundest
What
pit.
will happen will happen. His lines all are rich.
Let the villain speak them unto me. Oh me, what hast thou done?
Nay, I do not, is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this!
No wretched rat, intruded full. Farewell, I took thee for that better.
Dare you call him a fool when by your hands he fell? How could you? Say something!
What would your gracious figure?
Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
Why ask you this?
To whom do you speak this?
You see nothing there.
Nothing at all.
I am more than nothing!
Yet all that is I see.
Look, looky there. Look how he steals away my father and his habit as he lives.
Oh, speak to me no more.
Not yet.
Mark me!
I will.
Pity me not.
I am bound to hear.
No more, sweet.
Confess yourself to heaven.
Repent what's past.
Avoid what is to come.
No more!
Forgive me.
We are out of order.
If the wringing of your hands please sit you down and let me wring your heart.
Oh, heaven.
Thou hast cut my heart in twain!
Then throw away the worser part of it and live the purer with the other half. Good night. For this same Lord I do repent. But heaven hath pleased it so to punish me with it. And this with me. And so again, good night.
You ever loved me? Befit me?
I must be cruel, if only to become. Thus, that begins and worse remains not. One word more. Good lady.
Let him go.
Oh, I meant to go on without him! He's gonna be somewhere. Maybe the same place he hid the rest of me. If I can find it, I can be finished.
You'll only find yourself looking for water.
It must follow. Is the night the day, the father, the daughter? And mother, like moon, so follows the sun.
You see, everyone's a fool now. Everyone! Ah!
Oh, mind buzzes with primal rage and animalistic sorrow. Why rage and sorrow?
Why wild girl?
We lived on an island. No law but my father's law.
You do an awful lot of sad staring for someone in a comedy.
You're right! But my story is long over, of course.
Mine isn't.
Certainly. In the next scene, not your death.
What else could there be?
Well, all that really matters is how your death affects everyone else.
I know how it affects them. It's tragedy, as you said. What did you need to learn half the comedy?
I suppose that does require some explanation. We can have a history lesson if we make you feel better. You saw the plays, maybe? They have tragedies, comedies, histories, each one characterized by how many people are dead by the end, and how many people are in love by the end, and how many people were real people all along. Vous comprenez? Don't make fun of me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
No, it is.
One does such things in a comedy.
We begin with all the trappings of a comedy. Many young men with a goal, the same amount of young women coming in to ruin their goal with homes.
not on purpose, of course.
A little bit on purpose. I've been sent by my father, the king of France, to meet with a man I had once loved. Our previous affair had ended poorly, you see, due to unfaithfulness, so I was reluctant to return to his presence. But it was a matter of state and could not be helped.
I see.
The man and his friends, some of my ladies in waiting, were involved with, and made it out to swear off women and wine and the like in favor of study. For a whole year, as soon as we arrived, they began to abandon me.
A little bit on purpose.
I wanted to see if he was actually capable of keeping a promise. I may have goaded him.
That all sounds very standard for a comedy.
I imagine it all would have worked out very nicely.
Huh?
Well, that brings us to the reason we're here, doesn't it?
It does?
But, bon apropos, my father died.
Your father died?
Always was repeating. When Yorick called you duckling, I did not know it meant the same word as parrot.
Don't play the fool, honey. We have enough of those running around.
I'm not playing the fool. I just don't understand. Why do I have to watch my father's death? Why couldn't I just watch mine? Why do so many of these scenes revolve around Hamlet? Isn't this supposed to be my life?
Sometimes you're not the main character.
My life is just a story I can be the main character in.
Exactement.
You're only Hamlet's love interest, after all.
I'm not. Well, I am. But I'm also me. I'm just me. I'm not a character in any story.
You are. We are, mademoiselle. We are slaves to some distant god with a point to make. And you can fight, you can grieve, you can shout nursery rhymes to the heavens, but still you die. Or the people you love die. Either way, you are left in stasis. At the mercy of someone who does not care about you, only about your love or your tale.
Maybe they don't care about you. It doesn't mean the same is true of me.
Oh, be kind. Don't tell me to be kind.
It's easy to be kind in a comedy. A comedy. How could either of you know what it's like to be me? You haven't lived a tragedy. You lived marvelous lives full of islands and adventures and teasing and romance. My father is dead. And it's Hamlet's fault. And I hate him. And I hated my father. And I loved them both so much. And neither of you can ever understand. You can't understand. You can't begin to understand.
That is enough. Do you think I like not knowing how my story ended? Do you think I enjoy spending the rest of my days wondering if the people I love ever found their way up to the mire we had all landed in? All that I remember for the rest of eternity, all that remains of me, is having to give up the love of my life because my father perished. That is all you remember too, is it not?
And what about her? What do you remember?
My husband was the third man I ever met.
What?
We lived on an island. It was just the two of us, my father and I.
get it. Sometimes the choices we make mean nothing, mademoiselle.
So what is the point of living if nothing I do changes anything?
You're not living.
Right. I keep forgetting.
It is a difficult thing to remember, the idea that you are an insignificant part of the universe. The idea that the universe, or whoever writes it, does not necessarily mind if your story has a happy ending, or an ending at all.
That's a horrible way of looking at it.
It's not my fault the universe is cruel, mademoiselle.
It's your fault for thinking it. Why can't you believe the universe cares?
Because it would be a fiction. Like everything the players play for you.
Isn't it all just fiction anyway?
A different fiction, then. At this point, an anecdote in your eulogy is the closest thing you have to a happy story.
My eulogy.
Ladies, gentlemen, airy spirit, she's closing in on the answer. She's nearly caught on.
I'm going to watch my funeral.
By Jove, she's got it!
What? Because Hamlet will be there? Because even dead, he still has a hold of me?
That is for you to know, mademoiselle, not us.
Well, then no one knows. Or I am no one. Or I might as well be no one.
No. If you were no one, you could leave anytime you like.
Who am I?
What? A good question.
Who are you?
I'm exhausted.
I know. Soon you'll be able to leave the stage. But not yet.
Promise.
I promise, honey. You'll leave the stage soon.
Will you come with me?
No, I can't. I'm not buried in that graveyard.
You are going to ask us for violence, no?
Given up on trying to find them.
Oh, but you mustn't give up, not ever. The searching is just as important as the finding sometimes. Here. It's not a flower, I know.
What is it?
Rosemary. It grew on my island and we used it to cook and even if you're nobody, honey, someone will remember you.
I'm scared.
Sing something.
In youth, when I did love, methought it was very sweet.
This isn't right! Let me out! Drag it out!
Did you think you'd be wandering about the castle in this scene?
He'll be throwing dirt on me soon and I'll suffocate all over again!
You suffocated before.
No. I don't want to be here. Hamlet! You see ghosts? Can you see me?
That skull had a tongue in it, could sing once. Whose was it?
Oh, that skull, sir, was Yorick's skull. King's jester.
You?
In the... Well, not flesh anymore, but...
Alas, poor Yorick.
Oh, the love, he remembers me!
Does he? I didn't.
A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times.
You didn't see nearly so much of me as the young prince did. I was his jester after all, him and Hamlet Senior. One has to wonder if the good king took your ship as well.
You don't know.
Hardly. He wasn't buried anywhere near me, and besides, I wasn't buried for such a long time after my death. Oh, you're lucky, youngling. Look how grand your own funeral procession is. All those mourners, some of them royalty.
No. I can't. I thought I could, but I can't watch my own funeral.
Really?
You must.
The queen and courtiers, who is it they follow with such maimed rites?
But ceremony else.
I do firm.
I loved you too so much I couldn't breathe sometimes.
He can't hear you, duckling.
And yet I must say it.
Show me what thou wilt do. Would we? Would fight? Would tear the would treat the lion? Eat a crocodile? I'll do it. Dost thou come here to die? To outface me by leaping in her grave? Be very quick with her, and so will I.
No, this is mere madness. Yorick, please. I can't hear any more of this.
Then cover your ears. Time moves as it will.
But you know what happens next.
I do. Does it comfort you to know that they forgive each other at the last?
It comforts me nothing. Did you have to do this? Did you have to stare upon your own white corpse and listen to your loved ones scream? I despise it. I'm so helpless.
Worked already?
Maybe. But someone would have heard me if I'd shouted.
They heard you, duckling. You killed yourself anyway.
I did it.
Oh, well, what do I know? I'm just your divinely selected encyclopedia. Older than you, prettier than you, more charming.
Enough. I'm not in the mood for your absurdity.
That hurts a touch, duckling.
Why do you call me duckling?
Because you've yet to learn how to swim.
Nothing you say makes any sense.
Like I've been saying, don't listen to me.
I want to go. I watched the sea, and now I go back to the docks. That's how it's been.
I do not wish to leave yet.
Here's what you wished. Isn't this all for me? What am I to do when you contemplate the death you died years ago?
Don't be rude to someone else. There are people here you can speak with.
They won't hear me. Unless they're dead too, and then why not the docks? Instead of here where I must stare upon my own bloated lips and think. Was it drowning? I've seen people look like that after they've drowned.
Would you like to see me?
I'm looking at you now.
You are looking at my ghost, but you could see my body. I'm just over there, just in that mausoleum. The door isn't even locked. Romeo shattered it when he came looking for me, and they never cared to replace it.
Mine is deep in that grave. But nothing here is permanent, so you could still see it if you wished.
Is it a corpse or a skeleton?
Which would you prefer?
What does it matter what I prefer? How long have you been dead?
Hundreds of years, Angel.
But your headstone says...
Why ask me if you already knew the answer?
Do you want to see?
Why would I want to look at something so upsetting on purpose?
There are lots of reasons to seek out upsetting things, Angel. Sense of solidarity, an appreciation for the macabre,
A masochistic or sadistic streak, depending on whether you relate to the upset thing or the upsetting thing.
mostly because it is beautiful.
Your body? Beautiful still?
No. I did have a lovely corpse, that much is sure. It did not last me long.
And what?
The tragedy of it. Death. Looking at a tombstone and counting the years on it backwards just to understand that she was young. I was young too. I was so much younger than I needed to be. And isn't that terrible to hear? Isn't it awful to stand there and such a delicious kind of awful? A tragedy. Is it not a grand thing, sublime and horrible to witness devastation play out while you can do nothing to help, to cry for something that cannot hurt you in any real way? Sorrow with no stakes. A confrontation of humanity's most frightening emotions from safe distance. After all, what could a skull do to you? Is it not marvelous how painful it is to stare into the eyes, the sockets of a body that should have grown taller and wiser before it withered to nothing, and wonder if you might have done things differently? In my place, you might not have been so naive. The place of my nurse less blind. The place of my father less cruel. The place of my love less reckless. Would I have changed it? You wonder as you gaze at the dagger in my ribcage, not knowing what I know, gripped by the throes of passion and desperation. Would I have been clever, rational, calm? Would I have changed it? Or would I too have been consumed by hunger and my own perspective, unable to see the full picture as I can now? Do you not find it divine?
No. Death isn't divine. It's terrifying.
God is terrifying. Death is a black silk shrub. Why, you should know. You got tired of seeing things that upset you, and you used it to cover your eyes.
It's not that simple.
No, it isn't. Sometimes someone throws the shroud upon you, and you are left stumbling in the dark, arms outstretched, with no one to help you find your way out.
Is that why you're still here? You can't find your way back to the docks?
Perhaps. Or perhaps the bitter aren't welcome in God's kingdom.
And you? Why are you still here?
I ever wait for Romeo.
Didn't he die with you?
Before. Still, I cannot find him.
Maybe he went off without you.
He wanted him! Not Romeo!
You might have said something similar earlier today.
Look who's grown jaded.
Would you change it, Juliet, if you could, knowing what you know now?
Of course not.
How can that be?
I don't regret any of the choices I made. Even knowing how it ends, how could I ever deny my love, betray my heart, betray covenants made between him and me, and the friar and God, and marry the person my parents chose for me just for the sake of living longer than I did? What sort of a story would that be?
You're also determined to make your life interesting for someone.
Oh, Angel, do you never get the feeling that
tell me what to do.
They must! Look how you've reacted to your own end!
We haven't reached my ending yet. I'm still here.
Are you? The story moves on without you. Your love on his way to death, killed by your brother. Blood avenges blood, and round and round.
Laertes wouldn't.
Of course he would. Hamlet killed you. Hamlet killed your father. Hamlet desecrated your body alive and dead. What righteous man wouldn't take up arms
against a sea of troubles? I know. I was there. I'm so sick of people repeating things to me.
Take up arms against such a villain!
Listen!
Perhaps I want others to listen to me instead.
We are listening now. What is it you want?
I don't want to be dead.
She did not ask you for what you didn't want.
I want to remember my death then.
Why? I can describe it to you well enough. I remember the air leaving me. Would you like to know what it felt like? My husband, mad with jealousy, wrapping his hands like a vice around my throat, crushing it, bruising the skin, my knees beginning to buckle, hitting the floor with a crack. My lungs started to burn, desperate for oxygen, aching for a relief that never came. Opening my mouth to beg my love for mercy, but only hearing a heart screech. He took air, he took speech, he took trust. I saw his eyes. He hated me. He that was devoted to wanted me dead more than he wanted me alive to love. I forgot about the pain in my knees as my back pressed to the floor. Like bagpipes, I was being blasted. All the life had been crushed out of me. It felt like emptiness and dizziness and lethargy. My chest breathed at me. My ribs came out of livelihood. There is no relief. There's no begging for a breath. There's no singing in my soul. It's awful.
I had no eyes to stare into as I faded away.
I had no violets on my blade.
They're out of season here in Limbo.
Roses aren't.
They gave her roses. They gave me fennel. Take it. I don't want it.
I don't want it either.
Enough whimpering. We are not your friends to cry to when you are denied the things you want to know.
We are ghosts. Vengeful sometimes, sorrowful endlessly, full of unfinished business and the fear of moving forward.
I don't understand.
And you never will. But you will decide.
To die? I won't. I won't live to feel the air leave my lungs.
Then call back your prince to undig your grave, to unkiss the jester's skull.
Call back your love and rejoin him if you can. Kiss him again.
Calm his fears.
Love him again and never die.
I don't have to love him again. I never stop.
Shut up.
Don't lie to us.
Don't lie to yourself. You may love him again later, but you do not love him now.
If I don't love him, I have to hate him. For my father. For me. For squabbling over me, over my grave. And for my brother. Seeing me, but no longer me. No longer living. No longer breathing. Empty shell covered in flowers and not caring.
No one cares about the sanctity of bodies or graves.
There was a fight to the death in my tomb. A suicide, too. Romeo touched my face and then drank from a vial I wasn't awake to take from him.
All my friends, my enemies, and my husband lie next to me as corpses.
And I lie alone. Wake up! Wake up! You have to wake up! Wake up and keep them all safe! You have to let me warn them!
We cannot rewind time!
We've all seen things we could have changed if only we hadn't been dead. If I'd been alive a little sooner, Romeo would be too. did those sluts called you? Sister Superior? Why, I used to waltz about pure and proper, not a harsh word on my tongue, not a harsh thought in my mind. Soft hands, soft heart, soft head. Dying changes you. The maiden blush in my cheeks faded when my husband smothered me, and I had to start wearing rouge to keep up.
We all have excuses to be cruel. We needn't all take them.
Well, then go back to your little harbor and wait for your ship. Wait there, eternally, untouched by the trauma of death. Sane and sweet as you say you are.
But I want
Stay that way forever.
I want to know.
You cannot have it both ways.
You can only die now, or die later, knowing a little more.
I cannot bear to die alone.
Then wait until you have company. Or violence.
It's horrible slags!
Language, darling.
Speak however I damn well please.
Aren't you that Caterina and hero got to you?
Isn't that what they're supposed to do?
Certainly not.
Why am I here? Why am I here? To be pushed as far as I can go and broken? So I can be built back up again and saved? Isn't that what living is for? Wasn't I tested enough in life?
Where are you?
I don't know. I don't remember. You know I don't remember.
You've nearly gotten all of it.
Then let me have it. I'm so sick of being yanked around nothing. What invisible bush are you and everyone else beating around? If I'm dead, let me die. Death was supposed to be paradise. Or at least emptiness. This is neither, so it must be hell. And if I've done something so terrible as to deserve hell, let me know that I may repent. Let me die. Let me sleep. Let me walk into a black lake, never to know sorrow again.
To sleep or chat.
Shut up! Bad dream you pushed me into. Creature! All you do is about nonsense, mockery.
I'm a fool, darling.
I'm well aware. Any of it. I don't want you.
Don't you want to remember?
You know I do.
Then you do want it.
Shut up. Shut up and let me think. I can't think. Why can't I think? I need to think.
If I leave, she will come.
Of course she will. Another beauteous majesty.
Denmark?
No. None of them have been from Denmark. Is she from Denmark?
No.
Then why? Just go. This is the poison of deep grief.
nothing more interesting than giving orange lilies to a lady at court I despise and watch her try to decipher if I know the meaning. What are your favorites?
I've always liked irises. What do they mean?
I have a message for you.
What message?
What irises mean. Says who?
Everyone.
Well, everyone but me is a lying sphinx, you know. I haven't any snapdragons, but if I had, I'd
Lies or not, there must be a reason they say it.
sometimes, child, people say things they do not have a reason to say. Like when your beloved Hamlet told you he thought you were beautiful.
He does.
Then why did he deny it later? Why take back a kind thing? Because it wasn't true, my dear.
It was.
Such a stupid thing. Not everything has to make sense, you know. You mustn't keep trying to make it.
It does. I know it does because I know myself. Or at least I knew myself before I woke up here without my things. You took my Bibles. Didn't you? That's why they were missing when I woke up.
Oh, please, child, you're making yourself hysterical. I understand, of course. Everyone's always out to get you when you're the main character.
I don't know what you mean.
No, you don't. And yet you pretend to know so very much. Tell me, since you've become the little detective, do you know why you're here with me and not out on your ship yet?
Yes.
Why?
I think I'm supposed to be learning something. But I'm just sad and angry, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Maybe that's what you're supposed to be learning.
Nihilism.
Rage! Burning rage! You have lived a life in water, being pushed about by the will of others. Brothers, fathers, authors, lovers, jesters, and kings. You've spoken to a number of women who have learned it in their time here. Yet still you are so to the skin with what you think is expected of you. You must be freezing from it.
I am cold. I don't remember a time I wasn't.
Then burn!
How do I die?
How did you die? It's organic. And unfortunately, burning takes up oxygen, and you haven't got much of that back.
What do you mean?
Questions, such questions, Pen, my God. Don't you ever just look around and enjoy it? You at last frightened off your clinging ivy, haven't you? And yet still you're asking questions as though he's still here to answer them. Here. Have a color line since you missed the fool so.
Sorry.
Better. You used to be so well behaved.
Perhaps I'd like to be badly behaved better.
I cannot imagine why.
It makes me feel strong.
Strong. You have not ceased your caterwauling since your arrival. Even in your proudest moments, you can be called no better than pathetic. It's no wonder I found you so quickly. You're nothing.
I'm sick of people calling me things that aren't my name.
Then die! You continue to disappoint, to fail. What has instilled in you such a dislikable passion?
I don't want to be dead.
Don't lie to me, because I know you do.
I don't. Or I do. I do. I want to cry myself into a coma. I want to throw myself off the ship that's coming. I want to run myself through on my mother's kitchen knife. I want to put on my most beautiful gown and climb to the highest tower in the palace and tip myself out the window. And I want to feel the air on the way down. And when they find my body, I want them to weep as I have wept. Oh, how they wish they could have been there before. I want to exist for as long as I exist in the blank blackness of a dreamless sleep. But I don't want to have built up to nothing. I don't want to have failed.
You have failed. What you want is meaningless.
No. There is some universe, surely, where I'm happy again, where this is all know that I am alive. I am here, so I am alive.
Here? In this gray land, my dear? You are not alive. You were never alive if you think this passes for living. Do you want to keep struggling against the tide? Useless and small? Fighting the elements? You think you are strong enough to withstand mountains in the lead? You are withering as we speak. You are a beautiful child, make no mistake, but your summer is over. Brief and bright I was, and in the darkness, no one wants to look at an ugly, dead thing. You have a thing to say about it. You really are the most naive creature I've ever met. Aren't you tired of this place? Of the one before it? You want, I know you do, Frank. Hear you screaming to see what's next.
I'm afraid it will be worse.
'Tis but a small gamble, isn't it? In the face of your sorrow here? No, you only suffer here.
I was happy at the beginning.
And never again to cling to that shred of joy. You are a madman and a fool to hope.
Hope cannot be foolish. If hope is foolish, life is a waste.
Hope is all. The chance that you will ever be happy again is tiny next to the push and pull of the damned rings you find myself in source of I don't want to say.
I don't want to be told what to do anymore. I don't want to cry anymore. But I don't want to be dead.
You don't know what you want, you just know you don't want what the world has for you, is that it?
Not as long as there's a chance. Not when beauty's rose is still a blush in my cheek. Not when there's color and life still.
There isn't.
There is!
Right then, make a choice.
I have no choices. I have no options.
Little heart, you demand you should be free to change your fate, and for what? To stand about twittering like you would have anyway? Do something.
For Hamlet and the trifling in his favor, hold to fashion and a toy in blood, a violent in the youth of primary nature, forward, not permanent, sweet, not lasting.
Oh goody, 2 roses are red bags.
I don't want to do anything. I want to die.
To what end?
I want to leave the stage. They're always watching me. I'm always being watched. And they're all waiting for me to do the right thing. And I'm a fool. And I'll never do the right thing. So I want to leave. I want to go. I want to die.
What a waste of air you are.
Where are we?
The little brook by your childhood home. Don't you remember?
If only.
See the willow you used to sit under while you drew ducks? See the water you weren't allowed to go in. It's deeper than it looks.
Yes.
See the flowers on the opposite bank with their lovely color. Such a nice, deep violet.
They're out of season, I thought.
It seems you were wrong. And look, something you can do. You've gotten so filthy, rolling around in graves and dancing with shrews. You're positively covered in sin.
What would you know about it?
I was unclean once. I had to wash it all away, like a baptism, or just a bath, whichever you prefer.
I'm not dressed for it.
It's a nice enough dress.
Heavy.
When it is wet. Yes.
Such a thing would weigh one down.
More than the burdens you already carry. You'd better get to them before the water rips them away.
Lady Fair,
I've got to get to them before the water does. Yorick.
waiting to see your final scene. They're all waiting.
Where is the Beauty's Majesty of Denmark?
How now, sweet lady?
How should I retreat? No, I'm not the one. Eyes hard and stabbed by sand.
Alas, sweet lady, what imparts this soul?
Say you! Pray you. Mark. He's dead and gone, lady, he's dead and gone. At his head a grass-green turf, and at his heels a stone.
Nay.
Mark! White as shadows the mountains snow, guarded with sweet flowers, which will up to the grave and go through love's shower.
Alas, look here, my lord.
How do you, pretty lady?
Well, God build you. They say the owl is a baker's daughter. We know what we are, but we know not what we may be. God be it true.
Her father.
For you! Let's have enough moment of this. But when they ask you what it means, say this. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, all in the morning time, and I lay at your window to be your Valentine. Then up he rose and donned his clothes and ducked at the chamber door. Then in and maid out a maid, never departed more.
Pretty lady!
Oh, indeed, Bob, without an oath, I'll make my comment. I gave you my sincerity, alack, like for shame. Young men, they come to it for cock, they are to blame. Oh, shame, you tumbled me, you promised me to wed. So what I have done for me understood, and now it's not come to my bed.
How long has she been this?
I hope all will be well. We must be patient, but I cannot help but think. I think they will lay him in the cold ground. My brother should hold it. So I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach! Night, sweet ladies. Night, sweet ladies. Night. Good night. Oh, heat, dry up my brains. Tears 7 times salt burn out the sense and virtue of mine. I by heaven, thy madness shall be paid by weight till our scale turn the beam. O Rose of May, dear maid, kind sister. Oh heavens, is it possible a young maid's wits should be as moral as an old man's life? Nature is fine in love, but when 'tis fine, it sends some precious instance of itself after the thing it loves. They bore him barefaced on the bier, hey honey, hey honey, and in his grave remained
It's not so bad as all that.
He was right. The gravedigger was right. I killed myself. I didn't deserve a proper burial. I'm going to.
Hush. Look around you. You're not in hell. Are you?
I don't know where the ship will take me. Neither do you.
Well, that's true. But you're such a marvelous citizen. After all, Sister Superior, or whatever it is they say. I'm sure whatever's above can forgive one slip of a tortured mind, if indeed it is sinful, which I'm not so sure that it is.
I feel I've got myself all together again. But I still don't have a ticket.
What do you think can be done about that?
It's easy once you know the answer, isn't it?
Most riddles are.
What now?
Wait for the ship. There's one more passenger you have to wait for, but it shouldn't be long now.
Lord, I'm sorry I didn't remember you.
You were only a little thing. Will you remember me now?
It's in my memory locked. Give yourself a piece of unit.
There's a go. I shall remember you like this. But I am afraid I've got to leave you now.
Goodbye, Yorick.
I'll see you, duckling.